With people becoming more specialized, pharmaceutical company funding for research, and information overload causing polarization, true evidence-based medicine is harder to find than gold nowadays. Hello, my name is Antony Lung, and welcome to NxHLife. Next generation health is here. Let's start with some backgrounds and definitions. I'm sure you have heard a lot about scientific-based and evidence-based practices, treatments, techniques, or courses. But what do they actually mean? From my research and understanding, most people talk about scientific-based refers to people using their own research or some data to prove that something is working or not. Whereas evidence-based refers to results gathered from a combination of studies, according to the evidence pyramid. I hear you ask, what is an evidence pyramid? The evidence pyramid is a way of scientists assessing the strength or hierarchy of different types of evidence, results, or statements. At the bottom, you have experts' opinion, which are considered the lowest level of evidence. Next comes the cohort studies and case studies, followed by randomized controlled trials at the highest level of research. And then in the higher level, we have systematic review, which filters and summarizes multiple randomized controlled trials to try and answer one particular question. And at the very top, we have the meta-analysis, which filters all the data and summarizes the results from the data presented from all these randomized controlled trials or tests. We can dive deeper into each of these in the future. But for now, this is what you need to know about how it works in the medical world right now. And here's the twist. If someone is claiming to be scientifically based, it can be based on a very high quality research study, or it can be based on a very low quality studies that are prone to bias. As a result, their treatment might work for a specific group of people, the participants, but not for the majority. On the other hand, there is also a twist with evidence-based practice. In the evidence pyramid, randomized controlled trial are the highest level of research within a single study. However, a randomized controlled trial is good for testing the effectiveness of one treatment method for a particular one condition. But it is very difficult to conduct randomized controlled trial on chronic conditions and lifestyle interventions which involve multiple contributing factors and individuality. This means that surgery, medication, or pharmaceutical company benefits the most from the evidence pyramid. And that's why most doctors end up prescribing these medications and treatments instead of giving you lifestyle education. Don't get me wrong, I'm not against medication or surgery. They absolutely have their benefits, but they are not the only treatment. Thanks to fellow doctors and medical professionals who are working hard to find the best solution for patients, we now know that true evidence-based medicine lies in using all types of evidence. True evidence-based medicine gather all the evidence available, including the latest understanding of system biology and other foundational concepts to suggest the best treatment tailored to the individual. A great example about how this shift has helped many is that back in the days, and still many doctors believe that type 2 diabetes can only be managed with medication and cannot be cured. However, with lifestyle medicine, we now know that type 2 diabetes can actually be reversed with lifestyle interventions, adding on different interventions. And true evidence-based medicines is exactly what we're trying to give you here at NxHLife. See you next time. And remember to like, comment, or share if you like this video. Bye for now.